As someone who has been involved in hiring for data science positions or data analyst positions a couple of times, I found out that people make some common mistakes, and I just want to use this video to address that. In this video, I'm going to be sharing to you what are the basic steps on your data job interview, what you should prepare to know, how you should answer questions, how you should prepare for that, and give you also insider tips for what your hiring manager might be looking at. So let's go. For those who don't know me, if you're new to the channel, my name is Samson. I am a data scientist. I currently lead a data science team at a mobility startup in Berlin, Germany, and I've been a data scientist for over 4 years now. I'm going to break this video down into 3 main interview stages. This could be more or less depending on the kind of company you are applying to. And for each stage, what we're going to be talking about what it is about, what the hiring manager expects, what are some insider tips that I have to give to you, and how you should prepare for each of the stages. So let us get started. The first one is the HR call. Really, what has happened here is that you've submitted your CV for the job, and the hiring manager or the HR has seen your CV and thought, oh yeah, this candidate looks great, so good. Really, congratulations about that. Now you are on the call. How should you prepare? What is important here is that you are able to talk about everything you've said on your CV, and this is why I always encourage people not to lie on their CV or not to claim experience that they don't have, because the hiring manager might have seen something on your CV particularly that they are very interested to ask you about, that they need in the role, and if you're not able to talk about that, then it becomes a problem. So yeah, be really ready to talk about what has been your data science journey so far. Also, yeah, at this point it could be that you're talking directly to the hiring manager, or it could be that you're still talking with the HR. Be ready also to answer basic questions like salary expectations. Also be ready to answer questions like from Python or SQL, really depends on the company. Some will ask you like, okay, how do you query for this kind of problem or that? Just picking your brain to really be sure that you are who you claim you are. So that's very important. Keep it brief. They also sometimes would ask you about your tech stack. What kind of languages have you learned? What can you do? And what kind of experience have you said on your CV that you also want to share with others? So very important that some tips that I have for you is it's very important that you revise, you understand the basics, your SQL basics, your Python, machine learning basics, how does your model work, etc. If you've talked about a project, what was your idea behind building that project? Why did you build it? What are you looking forward to? And your evaluation metrics and the likes as well. Also, one very important tip here is that you should be ready to ask questions. So at the end of the interview, they would probably ask you, do you have any questions for us? Try to prepare 1 or 2 questions that you want to ask either to the HR or the hiring manager. Really understand that they are interviewing you as much as you are also interviewing them. Some question ideas would be like, you ask the HR, oh, what do you love about your company? How has your experience been? And really that shift the spotlight from you then to them, and then they can basically tell you about their thoughts and what they really like about the company, and that also would give you a better impression of the company to know if you want to work there or not. Now, to the next step, which is the second step in the data science interview process, is the take-home assignment. So yeah, you've done very well in your HR call, so really congratulations again, and you'll be moved to the second stage. So yeah, you'll be given like a take-home assignment, and they would expect you to solve a machine learning problem. Could be a supervised learning problem, could be an unsupervised learning problem. Explicit instructions will be given as to what to do and what they expect you to present at the end of the day. Now, my tips for you at this point will be to really understand the problem, really understand what they expect of you, really understand what solutions they're expecting, understand the problem. Something is not clear, ask. Understand also the timeline. Usually they would ask you, do you want us to send you this problem over the weekend? And they will tell you also how many days you have. And if you think that you cannot also solve that problem within the time given, also write them an email and explain, oh, I couldn't get this done because something come up. And usually they will tell you, maybe they give you a day more, or just say no, we can't do that. So but really just make sure that both you and the hiring manager, you're on the same page. What are my tips for you at this point is to make sure that you understand clearly what is expected of you. If you don't understand the problem, like I said earlier, write an email, ask questions. The key word here that you have to keep at the back of your mind is reproducibility. What this means is basically that don't have a situation where your solution works on your computer and doesn't run on the computer of the hiring manager. You want to make sure that whatever works for you works for them as well. And this is why you should always add a readme file, a very detailed readme file about what your steps are, what you saw, what you did, and the likes. And also a requirement file that contains your libraries, the library versions that you used for the project. Also in the readme file, I would expect that you also put your Python version. What you want to do here is to really explain, okay, this is what you do, create an environment, pip install requirement, and then they know that this is what they need to do and this is how they need to do it. One bonus tip that I always like to give to people here is that aside from just writing the things that you've done, also have a section that really talks about the things that you would have done if you had more time. This way the hiring manager can also really understand that you think you've thought a lot about the problem, and you can also use that to also shine and really show the people that you are very talented and you know what you're doing. Now, after that is done, the last step in the hiring stage is the final interview. Like I said at the beginning of the video, these 3 steps are sort of the major steps, and this could be longer. There could be behavioral and the likes in between, but these are the 3 major steps that you can expect that a startup or a company would ask you. If you are interviewing in a company like Facebook or Google and the likes, the processes might even be longer. Now, for your final interview, this is a lot more behavioral. Now they've seen your skill, most likely with your take-home assignment. They really like your solution. They're inviting you on board. So this is a lot more behavioral. They want to really see, do you fit into the company values? Do you fit into the company system? You could potentially at this point also be meeting your future team, where sometimes some companies even say that you come in one day and you just experience how the team works and join them and then give your feedbacks and the likes. Also at this point, they could be reviewing your take-home assignment with you. So it could be a solution you either have an online call or you come on site and they review your take-home assignment with you and say, oh, this works, why did you do this, why did you not do this? So be really sure to have gone through your solutions again, explain in detail what you have done, what you could have done. And remember, our bonus tip previously was that you also talk about the things that you could have done. So really at this point is your time to shine. Also make it interactive, like a conversation. Really get the mind. Don't be under any pressure really at this point. Just really get the mind of the team. I think the worst case scenario is that you don't get a job, and if you don't, you would have walked out of the door with a lot more lessons to even improve, which would be worth your time. So I would say that the best is always to have a conversation, have a chat. Feel free to ask questions to the team and just give a good impression generally. I'm wishing you all the best in your interviews. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you check out the video here where I analyzed 7,000 data analyst roles. I asked questions like, how do you prepare yourself for the role, how do you get them, and basic questions that help you to get and have a very good intuition about the job market. Check it out. I'll see you there, and subscribe. Bye.